2 years ago, my dad, my brother, young teen male, and I, teen male, found out that my mom was having an affair. It shouldn't have surprised any of us. For over 2 years, she was always busy and let us down so many times. She was so involved before, but she stopped showing up and supporting me when I was competing in swimming, and she stopped asking about it. She flaked on me every time I wanted to do our record store browse, which we did since I was a kindergartner, and she never said no before. She dropped the cooking classes she did with my brother and didn't show up for his talent shows. He's a musician. I have asthma, and she stopped answering calls from the school nurse to pick me up. My dad had to leave work many times, which made him angry because my mom was a stay-at-home mom and I was one of her reasons, but she didn't even take that seriously. It turned out that when she was busy doing stuff, it meant she was busy cheating or playing mom to the guy's 2 kids. She was bonding with them and filling in for the mom they didn't have. She put them before her kids. Not just the guy she cheated with, but those kids too. The whole thing makes me so angry. When we found out, I thought she was disgusting for all of it. She didn't just cheat on Dad, but she was picking the guy's kids over her own. She prioritized her affair and the children the affair partner had. Mom denied that she did it, and she told me and my brother that she hadn't cheated on us, and she told us that we shouldn't hate her or pull away from her when the adult business, meaning her marriage, wasn't ours. When my parents first started their divorce, we were ordered by a judge to stay with Mom 50% of the time. I hated it. She tried to integrate us with the guy and his kids, but I made it clear I'd never accept them. Mom asked us to give them a chance, and she forced us all to hang out as if we were some kind of family, which was a damn joke. By the time the divorce was over, the judge said I didn't need to see her that much and I only needed to go 1 weekend a month. As of last month, the judge said I still need to go once a month, and being a teen doesn't mean I get to stop going like I want. For the past year, my mom has started to realize how much I hate her now, and she tries to reach out and fix it. I reject her every time, and I call her names and tell her to stay away from me. I told her she was gross and I wanted nothing to do with her. Her affair partner, who she's now married to, tried to berate me for talking to her like that, and I told him he's nothing to me, so why would I care about his opinion? He wants me and my brother to never go to the house because we make his kids feel bad by refusing to spend time with them and avoiding them. So Mom tried to talk to me and she begged me to forgive her, and she told me she'd do anything. I told her it would never happen. I said she chose another person's kids over us and we remembered that. I told her she was with those random damn children when I needed her. She left me in school with breathing issues so she could play mommy to another woman's kids. I told her she destroyed our family, broke Dad's heart, and failed as a mother when she was messing around, and she needed to accept her choices, cost her us. Mom said she wanted to make it up, and I said unless she took it all back and didn't put those kids first, then she couldn't. She broke down and told me I wasn't being fair and that she'd been a good mother for a lot longer than she was a slightly absent one. The topic came up in therapy, and my therapist pushed me to forgive and reconcile with my mom. I don't really like her because she's really pushy about that stuff and has spent all the time we've been in these sessions telling me I only have one mom and to remember the good. Dad wanted me to change therapists, but Mom blocked it because she was hoping this lady would make me have a change of heart. But the therapist is really pressing it, and I know she's a professional. I just don't want the stuff she mentions about having a family and accepting Mom for who she is and all that crap. Am I the idiot? You're not being fair? You know what's not fair? A kid sitting in the office struggling to breathe and his mom not caring enough to answer a phone call from the school. She repeatedly disappointed her kids by skipping their events, which is bad enough, but not answering calls from the school forfeits her giving any understanding. Your feelings are completely justified, OP, not the idiot. And screw your therapist, OP. Forgive when you are mentally ready for it and never, never forget. Find a therapist who helps you deal with your issues, not your mother's problems and regrets. Screw that therapist. If your mom blocked the change, then don't engage with this lady. Ignore her. If this therapist is really pressing you to do something, then she's not professional. Stop calling her that. The therapist is doing what Mom wants them to do. Tell OP they're wrong and bad and need to forgive Mom and play happy family to make her feel better about shattering her family and ignoring her own children. It's not therapy, it's brainwashing. I hope OP can find a real therapist when they're older. They're going to need it after all Mom has put them through. Your dad's right, you should change therapists. Of course your mom wants to stick with this one. She's pushing her agenda. I'm so sorry this happened to you and your family. All the points you made are valid and exactly correct. She abandoned you and your brother for this guy's kids. Now she regrets it, but it's too late. She made her bed, now she has to sleep in it. I'm a mom and can't even imagine a situation I would have ever done this to my kids and family. She deserves what she's getting, as far as I'm concerned. I live with my girlfriend and we've been together for just under 4 years. My mom recently decided to give me $1,800. I decided to save the majority of it but spend some of it on things for myself. I decided to get some new clothes, books, video games, and then a night away for my girlfriend and me. After this, I would be left with around £1,300 to save. My girlfriend and I went to my mom's house at the weekend and she mentioned the money. At this point, I hadn't told my girlfriend, so it came as a shock to her. When we got home, she asked what I was doing with the money. I told her what I planned. She mentioned that we were saving for a house within the next 4 or 5 years, so she mentioned the money would be good to go towards that. I reiterated that I'd already told her how it would be spent. I said part of the money saved would go into my savings account specifically for the house, but that the majority would go into my general savings account. She said I'm not taking it seriously, saving up for a house, but I just pointed out that I've been regularly putting away money all year and will continue to do so, but this was a gift and I'd like to be able to actually enjoy it. She said if I wasn't putting it towards a house, then it could pay for our holiday next March. I said no and stated again what it was for. I reminded her that the money was a gift to me, yet she thought she could say exactly how I should be spending it. She said she was just thinking of us, but I reminded her that the money is paying for us to go away for the night, so it's not like she's getting nothing, but she's being quite entitled. She just said she should be involved in the decision, but I disagreed as the money was a gift to me. She just said I wasn't treating her like a partner and that we're supposed to be a couple, so she should be considered when I'm spending the money, but I just again said she was being entitled and quite selfish. Am I the idiot for deciding how to spend the gift I was given? This is your money, a gift to you from your mother. You have no legal ties to your girlfriend, unless you do buy a house together, so she has no say in what you do with your money. You didn't even ask her opinion, but there she is, trying to direct your actions. LOL. She just said that she should be involved in the decision, but I disagreed as the money was a gift to me. If she was your wife, yes, she should have a say as your two households would legally be combined and liable for decisions made. But she's not. You are not the idiot. The gift is for you from your mom. Enjoy it. Girlfriend's absolutely being entitled and selfish. But I cannot imagine being with someone for 4 years and not mentioning receiving a gift of £1,800. Your mom obviously believed you'd already told your girlfriend about the gift. Your girlfriend was probably caught off guard and embarrassed by the situation. To her, you now look shady. I think I'm going against the grain here, but you are the idiot. Not for spending the money however you want because it was a gift to you, and legally it sounds like you guys aren't married or even engaged. However, calling her entitled or selfish when she's communicating with you about important financial decisions is wild to me. Have you guys talked about being together long term, getting married, having kids, etc.? I hate to tell you this, but you guys will have to make these financial decisions together and not separately when all of that happens. She's interested in saving up for a house, which sounds like a discussion you guys have had already and you agreed to. So the fact that you didn't even tell her about the money or care enough to have her input on how to spend it is concerning on your part. I'll make this short and not so sweet. It has taken me and my partner 7 years to finally have a baby. All is going well and we're so happy, as is my family, because these last 7 years have been brutal on our mental health. I have a decent relationship with my sister. We're not what I would say is super close or anything, but we're close enough. She already has 3 kids, and it turns out she's pregnant with her 4th, which she decided to announce at my baby shower. I was not at all happy that she did that, but that day was not about her. I congratulated her because I'm not a total idiot, but I did go quiet with her for the rest of the day to show my disapproval that I didn't appreciate her doing it on that day. My mom approached me while I was sorting out food trays in the kitchen with my best friend and asked why I was quiet, so I told her why. Her response was basically telling me to pay no mind for now and enjoy the day, which I did. I had a great day and it was lovely, but I wasn't happy with my sister and I wanted my sister to know that by being very cold shoulder with her. My sister literally spent the whole time there talking about her pregnancy, and it was so hard to just bite my tongue. I haven't spoken to her for a few days, and then she texted me last night, "Why are you dodging me?" I text back, "Why at my baby shower did you feel the need to announce your pregnancy and go on about it the whole time?" She didn't respond. I'm irritated at her for doing it. I'll get over it, sure, but I think my feelings are valid. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. People who use someone else's special occasion to make their own announcements are selfish idiots bent on spotlighting themselves. You shouldn't invite her to any more of your parties to save yourself from her pettiness. You weren't even mean to her. You just ignored her. Then you were honest when she asked why. You haven't done anything wrong, even though she was extremely rude and thoughtless on your special day. It's even worse with the context of how long you've waited while it's her fourth time. Let's be truthful here. The majority of people understand that you don't announce your good news at a gathering where there's a specific individual or group of individuals who are the focus. It's tasteless to draw attention away from a marital couple, a mother-to-be, a birthday individual, etc. The excuse of, we don't often have everyone together, holds no water. She's very attention-seeking. That was my thought, like she couldn't just allow you this one thing, one day. Normal people, including the sister, would be thrilled if the OP did that at a celebration of new life. OP, if she has a baby shower, either skip it or ruin it, depending on how evil you feel on the day. Show your ultrasounds. Congrats on your pregnancy. I will call my sister Emma, her husband Chris, and Chris's sister Zoe. Chris and Zoe entered the system and were separated at a young age. Chris signed up for an online DNA registry so possible relatives could reach out, which led to Zoe finding him. Based on the reasoning she gave for reaching out now, I'm seriously suspicious of what her real intentions are for reaching out. But even giving her the benefit of the doubt, it's only been a few months and it's still too soon for me. Zoe seems nice, but it hasn't been long. I don't know what kind of person she is or how stable this relationship is, so I'm not comfortable introducing my children to her beyond shared holiday events, or having them interact with Zoe beyond that capacity. Emma and Chris are pushing me to get the kids more involved, specifically shared auntie days and play dates with the cousins since Zoe's kids are similar in age. I tried to be polite, but my sister and brother-in-law kept finding ways around it, so I decided to be truthful. I explained to Emma and Chris why I was uncomfortable with my kids interacting with Zoe beyond special occasions, which led to a disagreement. They said they want Zoe and her kids to feel included by the entire family, especially given Zoe's circumstances. My children have already experienced trauma related to losing family members. What if I let them get attached to their auntie and cousins, brother-in-law and his sister decide to have a falling out, and then Zoe and her kids suddenly vanish from our lives? I have to be cautious for my kids' sake and consider how they will be affected. I told Emma and Chris that I would reconsider if it's proven with time that this connection is stable and honest on Zoe's end. But frankly, Zoe is a stranger, and my kids' needs come before those of a stranger and her kids. Chris asked me to leave, and Emma later berated me over the phone. She said it was my right to have opinions, but what I said was incredibly insensitive to Chris's childhood experience. She says I've shown a lack of empathy towards Chris and should consider how he feels growing up without a family and now having the family he found reject Zoe and him by extension. I will not apologize for setting a boundary of putting my kids first. However, is Emma right that the way I said it was unacceptable and my statement was insensitive to Chris's childhood experience? Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Zoe is a stranger to you and your kids, and of no relation to you. Zoe is your sister's sister-in-law, not yours. You're not outright rejecting her, but are willing to give it time to get to know her. And you're looking after your kids, especially if they get attached and for whatever reason there's a falling out. My siblings only really know of my husband's siblings vaguely. Some of them have met each other once or twice. My nibblings on his side and my side don't know each other. We've been together for 21 years. There's no real need for them to interact. We don't throw parties or large gatherings, so there are just no real occasions for them to hang out. They aren't related. My husband and I are related to both sides, but they aren't. Info: why do they need your kids to hang out with someone unrelated to you? The brother-in-law's sister is not your family. She may become family, but she isn't today. It seems odd that your sister needs your kids to play happy family with her, not your sister-in-law. Because the sister doesn't have any kids to pay for one big happy family with, so she wants to borrow OPs to create this idealistic family unit they've cooked up in their imaginations. So bizarre. Please spend the money on a background check. Pandora's box of stranger danger has arrived for your children to open. I guess my new boyfriend always goes to Yellowstone with his family for a whole week once a year. In the past, I think he usually went by himself and his parents had money and he's a welder and makes a lot. They decide to stay at the nicest hotels for $300+ a night, and I think he'd either stay with them or get his own less expensive Airbnb. Well, now he's invited me, and I was excited. Then he started talking. If we split the week for our stay, it'll just be $400 for each of us. Is it bad that I just don't feel like going now? I'm a server and part-time baker. I don't make that much, and taking a whole week off from work was already going to set me back. I thought I'd definitely help with food and any activities we did, but I don't know, this is something he's always paid for and done by himself, so I just thought I was going to be a +1. He already needs to get a hotel room if I was coming or not. I don't know. Am I the idiot for not wanting to pay for half a trip my boyfriend does yearly with his family? If your half is $400, it doesn't sound like you're staying at the $300 a night hotel. I'm going, no idiots here. Nothing wrong with him wanting to pay half of the vacation. Nothing is wrong with being upfront and saying you appreciate the invitation, but you simply can't afford $400. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was my family vacation, I would at least pay a portion of my partner's half because it was my family's trip. Of course, if I could afford the whole thing, I'd cover it. Partners should help and treat each other. Also, this isn't really an entirely obligation-free invite. Would you like to come on the big annual trip my family does every year is absolutely not the same as, I'm going to the shop, would you like anything? He wants you to come. He wants, he pays. Disagree, you are the idiot. You sound entitled, as you claim his family has money and that you expect him to pay because his earnings are higher than yours. He has no obligation to pay your half just because he earns more and his family's money is theirs. Even he can't count on it. If you don't have money, you're free to tell him you can't afford it, which is what any decent adult would do. If he wants to give you the holidays as a gift, that's up to him.